What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're trying to tap in TNN Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cook, cracking the same here at TNN Trap News Network. It's like getting these views. It's like getting knowledge. You're not finna get nobody's college, big dog. Tap in with the tap in and make sure you are, in fact, tapped in with that good tap in. You feel me? Hit the like, hit the comment, hit the subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe for everything we got going on. Make sure you hit that notification bell here. All say tapped in for the latest and the greatest, man. And we need y'all to hit us up. TRAPNEWSNETWORX Trap News Network. Hit us up. If you would love to be a part of this Trap News Network family, hit me up on Instagram. We are looking for live correspondence. It's a potentially paid opportunity. So please hit us up and let us know if you would like to be a part of this Trap News Network family. You would love to do some news with us. We would love to give you some of this good chiliana, man. Hit us up on Instagram. Tap in with that and hit the petition in the description to get Pathetic Fatso moved out of these greater United States, man. Support the deport all 2025 going into the 2028 presidential election, man. Support the deport. Get Pathetic Fatso out of the American states, United States. Let's get into this good content, though, man. Shout out to my man Urban Politician TV. Always giving us some good news with you, some good knowledge. You ain't finna get nobody's college, man. Talking about Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, man. Meg Thee Stallion has a lot to say about how she's being unfairly targeted. And that's incredible to think that she even can say she's being unfairly targeted after everybody knows at this point that she lied about Tory Lanez powing her in the foot. We all can pretty much see that that's not the truth. But, you know, go Meg. Let's jump into this content around no further ado. The dumps, man. Slide over to Urban Politician TV, giving us some good news reviews on this good Tuesday morning. Let's go.
Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was a witness to the conversation Miss Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. The passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as it was breaking news last week that Tory Lanez was stabbed early Monday morning by another inmate in prison 14 times and nearly lost his life. His lungs collapsed. He had to be life flighted to the nearest hospital from the jail facility. And then in the following days, as y'all see right there in the beginning, his representation and his father spoke out about new evidence that they had received from the driver for Megan Thee Stallion's former friend, Kelsey Harris, who was also there that night. Now, that speech is longer than that. They talked about a little bit more, and they got into other details as well. And you can find the full thing on Twitter if you just look it up. But now, Meg Thee Stallion has spoke, and it hit all the blogs what she had to say about it. At what point are y'all gonna stop making me have to...
Now, before we get back into UPTV, big shout out to Urban Politician TV. Let us never forget the fact that the dude who is the driver now is the driver after the fact. This is not the driver when Kelsey and Meg and Tory was getting to their 1-2 step like Sierra. This is the driver who is now Kelsey's current bodyguard, Kelsey's current driver. And he's made aware that, you know, after the fact, this is what really happened and X, Y, and Z. And, you know, Tory Lanez did, in fact, actually pow Meg Thee Stallion. It was Kelsey who pow Meg Thee Stallion. Tory Lanez just taking the blame for it. Understandably, the driver's like, man, why the hell am I getting caught up in this? Why am I protecting this situation? Why am I trying to save the situation for this young woman who is letting this man take a jail time for something that he didn't do? And, you know, being a real ninja, who the hell want to see somebody go to jail for something they didn't do? You got this man standing in the jail cell getting poked up and all this kind of stuff over something that he had nothing to do with. Or I ain't gonna say nothing to do with, but he wasn't guilty of that. You feel me? And then it's a ridiculous thing. So why is he able to speak out now? Because again, he doesn't have a non-disclosure. And let's make sure that it's clear. It's not the original bodyguard from the moment. This is the bodyguard after the fact. You feel me? This is after everything is taken care of. It's after everything is taken care of. After everything is taken care of. After everything is taken care of. This is an after the fact situation. So I just want to make sure that's abundantly clear. He is now her current bodyguard, hearing about something she did in the past that still affected somebody's current and somebody's future. So now he's speaking out to kind of maybe get a rewriting of a wrong or a reworking of a wrong off of this situation. But let's jump back into the conversation.
Thee Stallion has spoke, and then they hit all the blogs what she had to say about it. At what point are y'all gonna stop making me have to relive being shot by Tory? At what point are Tory and y'all fans gonna stop lying? Like, how much is the check to keep harassing me? Why is this happening every day? 1 minute y'all said I was never shot. Now y'all letting him play in y'all face again and say I was shot, but it wasn't him. Oh, okay. I'm sick of this ish. Leave me the F alone. He ain't dare get on that stand and deny he shot me, and that was his choice because he knows he did that ish. I don't give a F about a blog or a bot. Why in the F would me, Megan Thee Stallion, have to lie on this MF about shooting me? How y'all mad at the person that got shot? Facts are facts. He did it. It was proven in court. F the hate campaign on the internet. Tory, you shot me. Ain't no new effing evidence. Y'all been saying the same ish for years. Tory, please leave me alone. You are a effing demon. I'm off this silly internet. Bye. And I'll say this for Meg Thee Stallion. It's going to be tough on the internet for you because people see the soft spot. You respond, you speak on it. They going to keep grabbing. That's just what the internet do. I'm just keeping it all the way 1,000. Now, when it comes to the shooting, I wasn't there. I don't know exactly what happened. I had just questions for myself. I can't say who did what. I can't say what really happened. That would be fake of me to sit up here and act like I could give y'all factual proof of these things. We do know that Tory Lanez was found guilty, sentenced to 10 years in prison. I just had certain questions that made me have a doubt about everything that happened and how they handled the case. I'm not saying who lied and who ain't about the actual shooting. All I was saying was, why was the driver, and this is a different driver now with this right here, that they saying this was Kelsey's driver, after a different driver while she was going to trial, not the driver that was there that night. The driver that was there that night, we didn't see from him, we didn't hear from him, and just seeing how things have went in the past, there would have not been a trial without a witness who was directly involved, who was there with them that night, and at least heard arguments, seen arguments, and seen somebody do something. I'm just like, wouldn't they make him be subpoenaed to court? And if he doesn't come, he would be arrested or something like that. But for them to do this trial without him, that right there was just like, it's a lot of stuff that got mishandled, just got put out a certain way. But I'm still not the expert. I still wasn't there. Megan.
And it kind of makes you wonder if Meg Thee Stallion has a PR team, or is she sitting in her room emotional, writing these captions and stuff herself, writing these posts herself. Because I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, Meg Thee Stallion sounds like every girl who popped her boyfriend's tires, busted his windows, did a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and then when he responded, how you mad at me? How you mad at me? Because you're the problem. Because you're the problem. Because clearly something about you is a problem, to where everything that you touch turns to chaos. You know what I'm saying? That's that. You know, the whole, nobody's negating the fact that Meg Thee Stallion was shot. We're saying who shot you. Nobody's negating the fact that this happened to you. We're trying to figure out who busted the move, who busted the skit, who did the 1-2 step like Sierra, because your story doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? How does Tory Lanez not have any DNA on the firearm, but Kelsey does? How does Tory Lanez have no gunshot residue on him, but Kelsey does, but she's the one that popped you? And I'm not really feeling the whole campaign to protect all women behind this, because this is not a matter of protecting all women. There are real women who are going through things. You're a liar, a flu flammer, a skulldugger, and a larcener, and a manipulator. And, you know, you're using the situation to overall benefit you. And I'm not mad, you know, you do your 1-2 step like Sierra, whatever. But when it comes down to it, let's never really forget the actual facts that, you know, you was doing some things you shouldn't have been doing. You was handling yourself in the way you shouldn't have been handling yourself. You was taking care of some things how you shouldn't have been taking care of them. and you injured yourself up in a very silly situation. Nobody ever wants to talk about how you was over there satellite high at the Kardashians' house, hanging out with Kylie, satellite high. Nobody wants to talk about how you know what I'm saying, that liquor has you wetter than a whale. Nobody wants to talk about that. You feel me? You was wet off that liquor, you was high off that yee, and it is what it is. You feel me? You got yourself caught up in a situation, doing too much, trying to be cute on IG Live, and you know, here's a part two. This goes to show too, Thee Stallion was a regular girl from Texas. She wasn't ready for this celebrity lifestyle. I've said this a million times. She was not ready for the celebrity lifestyle. She wasn't ready to hang out with the Kardashians. She wasn't ready to be out with Tory Lanez and all that. She was a regular little ghetto girl from Texas. You know what I'm saying? And she should have just stayed that. Got your degree, you know, went to school, did what you had to do, blah, 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 and all this and all that. You was a college hottie, and all right, cool. Fine, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's mad at that. You feel me? You got caught up in a lifestyle that was way bigger than anything you were ready for, a little Texas girl. It's a big world out here, baby. You wasn't ready for it.
They got mishandled, just got put out a certain way, but I'm still not the expert. I still wasn't there. Megan Thee Stallion, she wants to defend herself, and you know, they said her friend shot her. I don't know about that either. She did have a she had the immunity in this case, and she wasn't gonna get locked up. I don't know how that whole process even came, but with this going on, she was shot, and whoever shot her, just saying this, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't expect somebody to be cool with somebody after they've been shot by anybody. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it at 1,000. You gonna feel a way about it. But with Megan Thee Stallion coming to this internet, they not gonna let up on you either. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000. The internet has no heart, it has no feelings, it has no emotions. The only emotion that the internet, and I'm saying the core and mentality of the internet, the comment sections, the DMs, the tags, is to get a reaction out of you. The internet ain't got no soul, man. It's the algorithm for chaos. I tell y'all all the time, capital C's, and y'all gonna keep hearing it from me. Controversy, chaos, confusion, conflict, and conversation is what keep the algorithm in conversation, in rotation. And this is just what it is, dog. Its soul is here. You see the type of stuff they type. You see the comments they make. Going at them, you know, this is going to have to play out in court. So from what I've seen, they did not file something in court yet. I think they just pushed recently now to get it in motion for a pardon or something like that. I can't confirm that either. I didn't go look into it to see. I'm just coming with the latest reports. Just want to get Megan Thee Stallion side out there. She got shot that night. That's a night that's going to be on her mind for life, most deaf. And of course, a nigga ain't here to see a woman getting done wrong or beat on or dogged out or shot at or shot either. Nigga don't subscribe to that either to see that happen to a woman at all. Man, I don't know what's going on here, bro. You know, we'll just have to see what happened. I also hate to see Tory Lanez get stabbed like that in prison. I would hate if, I don't know what's what, but I would hate for anybody to go to prison for something they didn't do, let alone get stabbed in prison and then lose their life. And I wouldn't wish that on no man either. It's a lot going on. I wasn't there. I didn't see what happened, just the way that it came off in court. It was a bunch of confusion going on, and I was left with like, okay, man, what is really happening here? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not no conspiracy dude or nothing. I don't get into all that. It's just things was coming out a certain way, and I'm reading, and I'm like, But we'll see what happened, man. Hopefully everything work itself out. Keep y'all updated on it. Got more coming, more videos.
And he just said something real, man. We not for seeing no woman get popped. We not for seeing no woman get knocked down. We not for seeing no type of abuse towards any women and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely protect all women, especially our black women at all times. However, this ain't one of them situations, bro. We all see this girl lying. And if you don't want to see this girl lying, you don't want to see this girl lying. You feel me? On the same token, imagine being Tory Lanez. You in jail for this flammery, skullduggery, and larceny, and you get poked up. And you get poked. My bad, my phone rang. Yeah, but we not trying to see no dude. Imagine you being Tory Lanez, man. You locked up. You get poked up. All this, if you didn't actually do nothing, it's gonna always go back to your mind. I done got hit up and all this kind of stuff behind this stupid line, BITCH. It's gonna always turn into that, bro. It's gonna always turn into that. You're gonna always feel like that. You're gonna always feel flu, flam, skulldug, and larceny. Because you were flu, flam, skulldug, and larceny. You locked up for something that you didn't do, then you get hit up in jail. Oh, can you imagine the lawsuit by Tory Lanez? And then if it does come out that Meg Thee Stallion was lying and she was a flu flammer, skulldugger, and a larcener, does she get to go to jail? Somebody get to hit her up 14 times? You feel me? I'm not saying that that's what's probably gonna happen. It would be extremely fair, but we all know that's not what's gonna happen and all that kind of stuff. But regardless of the fact, bro, it's a whole lot of just larceny. It's a whole lot of just flu flammery. It's a whole lot of just unnecessary drama that went on with the situation, and none of it has to happen. And I ultimately would say Tory Lanez had the perfect opportunity to leave, and he came back. Fellas, let this be the biggest lesson in all of these. Once you walk away from that crazy girl, stay walked away. Stay walked away, because Tory Lanez was walking away. He came back. He had his driver bring him back to the scenario. He should have left. Should have left, bro. And that coming back is what got that man in trouble. Doubling back to go back and figure out what was going on with Meg and check on her and all that kind of stuff. And Captain save him. She don't want to be saved. We out here to the next one, man. Y'all know the deal. It's red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's free. Avenue Angel till he's free. We gone.